Hey, good morning, everyone. How's it going today? Coach Alvarez here. Another episode, Coffee with Coach, on this awesome Monday. Another start to the day, another start to the week. Hope everyone's up, making some moves, making some things happen. Got the mind in the right place. But if you don't, hopefully this will help put your mind in the right place. So today, I'm going to talk about insecurities. Insecurities, really good stuff today. Good topic. It's just something I listen to over and over and over again on my runs while I'm working out. Good morning, everyone. Insecurities. What are you afraid of? Okay. What are you scared of? What are your self-doubts? Okay. What are you insecure about? Okay. All these things need to be fixed, need to be addressed, need to be attacked. They need to be faced head on. And the sooner that we all do that, the better and stronger and more confident we become, right? It's just one of those things that everyone runs from. Whatever we're not that good at, whatever we're not that sure about, that confident about, whatever we're, again, scared of or afraid of, something that might have, maybe we failed at something before. It's hard to kind of go back to that because we know what that feeling is like of failing. And no one wants that feeling. No one, or you shouldn't at least, want that feeling of failing. And but you also shouldn't want the feeling of quitting either. Okay, there's a difference between like failing and then like giving up and quitting. All right, so you quit, you give up, and that's it. It's over. But if you fail, it puts you in a direction to where you can at least attack some weaknesses in whatever it is. Okay, whatever it is in life that you're weak at. And make those things better. And then what happens? You become better. You become more stronger, confident. Self-esteem goes up and you can attack things better, head on from there on out, right? So, but then it's the opposite, right? The more this is coming from like one of the David Goggins videos I listen to a lot. And he's always talking about that, man. He's talking about going to war with yourself all the time, going to war with yourself. And he mentions the more you walk away from accountability, the things that you should be doing, or things that you're afraid of, or you're scared of, that you're doubtful of, the weaker you become. Like I said, I love the things with Jocko and David Goggins, man, because they just use weakness all the time. It's the word weakness, or getting weaker, or being weak, which again, like I said, from a lot of people I've talked to in the past, they don't like that word. Like they're scared of that word. Like it's a bad word or something. It's not a bad word. It's a good word. It's just something that we should address, head on. Whatever we're weak at, we need, that's the hole, right? That's the gap. That's where something's missing. And that's something that we need to fix. And like he says, the more you walk away from those things, the weaker you become, the softer you become. It's these words, weak, soft, everything else. And I use those words all the time for myself. I love that stuff, so hopefully you're able to handle that. And if not, you should. So again, what is it that you're insecure about? What is it that you have self-doubt, that you're not that good at, that you want to be good at, but you're not really trying because you're doubting yourself too much. We need to go into that and attack that so that we don't have that doubt anymore. What are we scared of, afraid of? We need to attack those things so we're no longer scared of them. We're no longer afraid of them. I'll give you an example. It just happened yesterday with my niece. She's going to TCC. She's here. She moved from Michigan at the beginning of the year, and she has to do a video. She has to stand in front of the camera and record herself. Doing like a 4 to 6 minute speech of some sort. I think it was like some HIT training or something like that. So anyway, she's like, can I use the school? Can I go up there? It's quiet and blah, blah. I'm like, yeah, absolutely. Like, go get it done. So anyways, we're doing the Father's Day thing. I'm out with my dad. We come home in the evening yesterday, and I'm like, I knew she's out of work, and I thought she'd be done with the videos by now. So I sent her a text like, hey, how's it going? And she's like, I did 90 takes, and it sucks, and I can't get it done, and it's like, whatever could go wrong went wrong, and she's just 90 takes. I don't know if it really was 90 takes, but that's what she said. But I doubt it. But there's probably a lot of takes. But how many takes does it take? You don't like hearing your own voice. You don't like seeing yourself on camera. You know that someone's going to be watching this, the professor, and then probably other students and stuff like that you're in the classroom with. All these things go in your mind. So what happens? It's not good enough, right? It's not good enough. It sucks. It's horrible. It's terrible. And I hate to put her on blast, but it was funny because she's like, I hope you ain't got cameras in there, which I do. You know, she's like, because she was crying, I guess, on the mat and all this other stuff. She's probably over-exaggerating. I don't know, maybe not. But I laughed. I was like, yeah, there's cameras in there. So if you're on the mat crying by yourself, I'm going to see it. But I'm not going to go back and rewind it and look for that. But anyways, she's in there for a couple hours trying to do a 4 to 6 minute speech. Okay. But I told her, look, I've been there. I've done that. Like, this is what I'm doing here with these videos, right? Like, that's not an easy thing to go live and then like talk to the world and put stuff out there and, you know, to overcome the fear of what if I say something wrong, or what if my message that I'm trying to put out doesn't come out right, or what if I make a mistake. I used to have all those thoughts, and so it would stop me from doing like these videos at one point. Now it's like I've done so many of them, like it's not a big deal. I can go live at any moment and talk about whatever and put positive vibes out there in a drop of a dime because I've done it so much. But in the beginning, it's that self-doubt, right? Like, it's that self-doubt. It's like, you know, I want to do it. You want to do something, but you're holding yourself back because you don't think that you're good enough. But how do you get good enough? By doing it, by putting yourself in those positions to get better. So that was my advice to her yesterday. I was like, look, because I had to do, I got 2 jiu-jitsu DVDs, digital ones that I made. And I had to do the exact same thing. I had to make like a little commercial, stand in front of the camera. And man, I did all kind of takes. I was telling her, like, because she was saying something about stuttering. I'm like, yeah, I get it. Like, you have something in your mind you want to say, but then when you go to say it, it doesn't come out the same way as the way you had it in your mind, right? So it's like, you got to stop and record and just so many takes. It's ridiculous. So finally, you just got to take a deep breath and be like, all right, man, let's just get this thing done and make it happen. And I told her, it's not going to be perfect. It's your first one. Like, it's your first time doing that. Like, it's not going to be perfect. Like, just record it, get it done, and then send it to your professor. And then, man, like, you're going to get critiqued. You're going to be all right. And then you fix those critiques, and then you do another one, and you keep doing them and to the point where it's not a big thing anymore. But when you go first do something for the first time, especially talking on camera, talking in front of a crowd, a lot of people, you know, they freeze up. You know, it sucks because you don't feel confident in yourself to go and do that. But how do you get better? By doing more of that, right? So that was my advice to her, was like, hey, you just got to keep doing them. You got to keep doing them, and you got to, they're never all going to be perfect. There's going to be mistakes, and you're human, and people realize that, and you just keep it moving, right? And then we can put that in perspective with, like, let me use jiu-jitsu because we do jiu-jitsu, right? So I always have to deal with students that don't want to be on the bottom in jiu-jitsu. They always want to be on top because why? It's safer on top. Like, it's gravity's on their side. They can put their weight on their opponent, and they don't, they don't want to get their guard passed. They don't want to be mounted and put in side control, that kind of thing. So what happens? You don't pull guard. You don't pull guard. You don't pull guard. So what happens? You don't get better at it. You don't get better at the bottom. Your top game gets better, but your bottom game sucks, right? You go years, literally years on the mats, unless you have a good coach like myself that puts you there and makes you go in the bottom position. You're never going to get better at it. Okay. You got to force yourself to get better at it. You're going to get your guard passed. You're going to get mounted, get your back taken, turn the wrong way, get choked out, get tapped, suffer of being stuck on the bottom until the more you do it, the better you get to where your guard isn't getting passed anymore. Like, just ton of examples, like tournament wise, people ask me all the time, hey coach, man, like, you've been competing since 2002, all these years, like, do you still get nervous? Do you still feel, whatever you feel, the butterflies, something like that prior to the tournament? And the answer is, yeah, absolutely. Like I can handle it better. But I still have, like, you still get the self-doubts and, like, did I train hard enough? Did I practice the right moves? Did I do this? Did I do that? Did I, whatever, but at the end of the day, you got to go out there, shake hands, and just make it happen, right? But prior to that, your self-doubt, the things that you didn't really work on or feel that you're good at are going to come through, like your energy and what you think and what you say, because you have some weak areas, but how do you get better at those weak areas? You got to attack those insecurities by doing the things that you don't like to do. So whatever it is that you don't like to do, you got to do more of. So the more tournaments I did, the better I got, the more comfortable I got prior to the tournament. When I get out on the mat and shake hands, I'm not like a deer in the headlights anymore. I'm attacking. I'm showing my jiu-jitsu, so to speak, where I've had like so many good students that are really good academy grapplers, like in the mat area, in the academy, absolute monsters. But then they go out and compete, completely different person. Like, whoa, what happened? What happened was they're not used to being out there and they froze up. But if you keep doing it, you keep competing, you don't quit after the first couple times you lose, you go out there and compete more, the better you get, the more self-confident you get. You're like, yeah, I can do this. And you just feel like it's just another day of training. You know, you still get the little sweaty hands and the little butterflies or whatever, but then you turn those things into, like I tell everyone, like you got to tell everyone like you're excited. I'm not nervous. I don't have anxiety about my match. Like, I'm excited. I'm pumped up. You use positive affirmations to switch the nerves and the butterflies into something positive. Like, yeah, man, I'm ready. I'm ready to go. I'm excited. And inside, you know, you're using that as a way to kind of just switch the mindset up. So, you know, I love the fact that, like I said, David Goggins talks about go to war with yourself every day. Go to war with yourself with the things that you're not good at, the things that you're scared of, that you're doubtful of. You have to address those things. You got to do that more than the things that you're good at, so that you can be a very well-balanced individual to where you can just step out on any stage and do anything at any moment, because you're attacking your weaknesses, your insecurities. And the first thing that our mind tells us to do is what? To run, to get the hell out of there. Like, this is going to be hard. This is scary. Let's go do something else that is more comfortable, that is something that's more safe, okay? That's only going to lead you to a certain amount of victories. You want true victory, you got to handle and battle yourself. I get people asking me all the time, like, why did I compete so much? Or, you know, like, why do I like competing? And yeah, I like the achievement of like winning tournaments and the gold medals and stuff like that. But it's more of like, of the victory of myself. Again, the self-doubt that I put in my side. You know, you got the good wolf, the bad wolf. Yeah, I read that before in the other book. Which one did I feed more? Did I feed the good wolf more? Or did I feed the bad wolf more? You know, and over time, you know, I like that feeling that I'm conquering myself. That's the best feeling in the world. Like, man, I was scared to do this. I was very doubtful to do this. And now I did it. I achieved it. I conquered myself. And on top of that, I got a gold medal. I took first place. I became this whatever in the world, you know, at that point, you know what I mean? Because I got out there and put myself out there in a position that I was scared to do at some point, you know what I mean? That I was afraid to do. Or I put myself out there, I didn't do very well, and I was going to talk myself out of doing it again, but I talked myself into it so that I could get better at it. And over time, I did get better at it. And now, you know, I got #1 ranking black belt, you know, 3-time master world champion, and the list goes on. But I've only was able to accomplish those things because I had to keep putting myself out there. I had to keep conquering myself, and it just got better. Still have those doubts on certain days and things like that. But at the end of the day, I know how to handle those things better because I've done so many of them. So again, before we head out today, go to war with yourself today. It's Monday. It's the beginning of the week. You want to make it a good day and have a better week and a better rest of 2020. Address your insecurities. Address your self-doubts, the things you're scared of and the things that you're afraid of. Go into those things, attack those things, and get after them so that you can be more self-confident and you no longer have those doubts. It's a great, great feeling, guys. And if you're not doing that, you need to do that. And it was like my niece last night. Like, hey, failing is part of the process. You have to fail. You're going to say some mumbo jumbo stuff and like it ain't going to come out right. Keep doing it and it will come out right. And then, like I said, before you know it, man, doing videos for the class and speaking in public is not going to be nothing because you're used to doing it because why? You kept doing it. But if you quit now and you lay on the mat and crying, like don't turn in your project and don't want to do any more of them and quit the class because you got to do speeches, you know, you'll never get good at it. All right. So it's really good stuff today. I love that message. You know, deal with your insecurities and become a different person. All right, guys, have a great day. We'll catch you next time.